Debbie and Carrie now return to the town in East Texas.
Welcome back, sweetheart. We have missed you all. Our mothers and I loved seeing you and Debbie in that episode of the Blazing Beauty Show. You looked amazing.
Thanks. We had a lot of fun. Sandy, if you are leaving the mayor's office, who will replace you?
Simon Wilson has already told me he is willing to run for the office.
Do you trust him? I know he is not like his brother or nephew, but that doesn't mean he is good enough to be your successor. Plus he would have to quit being a science teacher and a hospital administrator.
It's Paul.
Vicky, I just heard from my aunt that Mr. Bentley has decided to run for mayor of the town.
Really? I was told that Mr. Wilson was running for the office too.
Yeah, and Mr. Bentley has persuaded my aunt to help him on his campaign.
I think either of them would be acceptable as my successor, so I will remain neutral in this matter and focus on my own campaign to get elected to the Texas Senate. You have a lot of popular support in this town because of your superb track record as mayor, but as a state senator you would represent a dozen other towns besides this one. And how are you going to persuade people in other towns to vote for you? Ted Anderson has an obvious advantage because he professes Christianity and you're known for being an atheist. Maybe you should talk about being a member of a Unitarian Universalist church when asked about religion. At least 3 Unitarians have been President of the United States, and the U.S. Constitution allows for no religious test for public office holders. So it shouldn't matter what you believe.
No, it shouldn't. Fortunately, the percentage of Americans who reject God-centered religions is now about 20%, and those who attend churches are less than 50%. So I hope to appeal to the more open-minded amongst the voters. Ironically, the presidency of Donald Trump, supported by the evangelical Christian community, so repulsed millions of young people that it has served to swell the ranks of those disaffected from religion in general. But that only applies to big cities. Small towns like ours, not so much. This town is a glaring exception.
If we do nothing, then nothing will change, so we must do something to make our lives better. That's what my campaign to be mayor 4 years ago proved, and I hope to prove it again this year.